Once again, welcome back in the course Practical PHP, or we can say that coding for web using the PHP. So here in this section, we are going to do PHP functions. So what are the PHP functions? The real power of PHP comes from its function. If we talk about the functions in PHP, PHP is having the two type of the function that is called the built-in function that comes as in the library of PHP that automatically get installed in our system as soon as we install the PHP in our system. And another functions are called the user-defined functions, the function that created by user for its own use. Now, what exactly the PHP built-in function? PHP have over 1000 built-in functions that can be called directly from within a script or to perform certain task or specific task. If you wanted to see the PHP built-in function, you can click on the PHP built-in function reference, or I can ask you here to go for the site w3school.com, and from there you can go for this PHP reference overview, and here you will find the categories of functions of different categories of function. From there, if we click on one of the categories, a string, if I click on the string category, you will find the functions here, the list of the function and for what the purpose they are used. So as for us, we have done with the two function, that is here we see echo, and that we have used for writing something on the browser screen, and we have used also another function here that is printf, that is also used for the same purpose. So this is from where you can take the reference of PHP function and how to use them in our program, that you will also get the help from here. If we talk about user-defined function, so beside the built-in function, it is possible to create your own function. Whenever we have to create a function, we have to follow some protocols over there. So what exactly is the function? A function is a block of statement that can be used repeatedly in a program, or more we can say that function are the block of codes that can be executed in a program whenever we need them to be executed, and it will what we can say, it will save our time of coding again and again the same code as we have to do in the scripting. A function will not executed automatically when the page is loaded. So function, whenever we have to execute a function, we have to call that function by its name. So creating a user-defined function in a PHP is very simple. For to that you have to use a function keyword, and here is the syntax for creating the PHP function. First of all, you have to use the function keyword, then you have to give the function name, and after that you have to give the parenthesis, and here in the curly bracket you have to write the code that you wanted to execute using this function. So there is certain node for you, and whenever you have to give the name of the function name must start with a letter or an underscore sign, and function names are not case sensitive. That is another information to be noted. And tips here is that whenever we have to use a function, the function name must reflect its purpose. For example, if we wanted to create a function to display something, then we must have to give the name to that function as display message, or if we wanted to make a function for adding the two numbers, then we can give the name of that function as add number or add two numbers, something like that. Then is coming here the PHP function arguments. So sometimes we have to pass the argument to the function to get it executed. So the argument to the function or argument list to the function can be defined inside the parenthesis of the function. So within parenthesis mean to say, if you see over this, these are the parentheses. The function argument list can be defined within these parentheses. PHP is loosely typed language. It means to say that we need not to specify particular data type there. Okay, and it will automatically detect the data type as per its own. But here in the case of PHP 7, the type declaration were added this gives an option to specify data type when declaring a function, and by adding the strict declaration, so whenever data type is mismatched here in the PHP 7, it will throw us a fatal error. Also we will look to this while we are in practical hands. And this comes as the PHP default argument value. Sometimes we have to pass the argument to the function, and sometimes the function work without arguments. So we can also set the default arguments to the function. If we doesn't pass any argument to that function, the default argument will get executed automatically. Then there is another thing that we can do with the function, that is the returning the value. It means to say that whenever we have to return something from the function after its execution, then we can use the return statement there. And return statement can also be declarations, can also be declared, like which type of the value it has to be declared. For example, we take two numbers to be added over there, and one is the fractional number and one we pass over there as a whole number. So our result will be as a fractional, but we want the return to be as in the integer type. That can also be set using the return declaration there. And in order to set the return declaration, what we have to do, we have to move to this, look at this, and here after this we have to put the semicolon, and before this curly bracket we have to give the declaration that which type of the value this function has to return. So that's all from the function, and what we will do in the next video, we will take one by one to create a function, to pass the argument to the function, and then we will use the restrict statement, then a return value from the function, then return type declaration that we will do in the coming video. So that's all for the now, and see you next week.